So I'm sowing my last batch of corn salad today, also known as lamb's lettuce. I've got 2 seed packets. I bought that one. I got that one free with the magazine. And I'm using my new containerised trays, and I'm going to double sow. So I'm going to sow 1 seed from each of the seed packets, maybe 3 seeds in some of these cells, and then I'm going to prick out and create another tray from this tray a bit later on, if I get good germination. If I don't, then I won't. And this is my last sowing, and it's the 10th of September, which is about as late as I can leave it here. It does depend a little bit on your weather conditions and how sunny a spot you're growing it in. I tend to grow it in the shadier spots, and so it does grow a little bit slower than I would like, but my objective really is to have it available in late winter, January and early February, so at the times when the true lettuce is growing a little bit slower, or quite a lot slower, and so I'll be supplementing it, my lettuce harvest, with the lamb's lettuce stroke corn salad harvest. And it has the advantage that you can grow it outside. It grows really well. It likes to be really wet. It stands the frost, down to, well, some people say -10, but that's not my experience. I think it will recover if it's frosted at -10, but it won't retain its quality. So I would say more like -3, 4, sort of like that. That's when I'd put a little bit of fleece over it if I wanted to keep on harvesting it at that temperature. So little seeds, about 1 centimetre deep, germinates really well. I germinate it inside in a cool bedroom, about 18 degrees centigrade, something like that, seems to be about right. I've already got these 3 trays here, which are going in the kitchen garden, and so they'll be ready for planting out, I'm guessing, in about 1 or 2 weeks' time, basically when I've cleared that turnip bed. I'll plant another tray once I've cleared that red cabbage in that bed. All the Coke cans were there to support the fleece early on in the year, and I just didn't go around to tidying them up. And then I've got 2 more trays down here, which will be going in again after turnips, that are planted after carrots, and they will be on the allotment. So it's a month later, and they're growing quite nicely, and maybe you can actually see that I think this is the tray that I sowed, and then I pricked that tray out from this tray. So there was a tiny bit of transplant shock, knocked the plants back perhaps about a week in growth, but anyway, they're doing fine. And here's that turnip bed, and that is looking pretty nice as well. Good sized turnips on there, and be about 2-3 weeks before we finished harvesting that, and then those lamb's lettuce will go in. But these few went in after carrots at that end there, and interplanted with salad onions. So we're now rejoining that turnip bed that had the salad onions and the lamb's lettuce down the outside. I've just started harvesting some of this lamb's lettuce, so it's absolutely gorgeous. It's been under fleece, this fleece, actually that fleece, its whole life, and it's noticeably more tender in leaf than the stuff that's been outside. So here's the bed that was underneath, was planted after that red cabbage, and that was interplanted with Leela salad onions. And here's the bed that was planted after those turnips, and that one is interplanted with red winter onion sets. And so I've just cleared the centre down here. I'm going to put red cabbages into this bed, but let's have a peek under this fleece and you'll see the little tiny ones. So those are the ones that I was doing on the 10th of September. which is obviously too late for a winter harvest, because right now we are on the 25th of February. So these are being harvested at the end of winter, but those are going to be for a spring harvest, which is actually a really nice bonus, because I've got loads of lamb's lettuce left for winter. If you want to know more about growing lamb's lettuce, which is just the most amazing lettuce for a winter harvest, then take a look at my ebook. You'll find a link down below in the description, and you want to navigate your way to the individual growing guide section, scroll down to lamb's lettuce or corn salad, same thing, different name, and there you'll find a nice little growing guide with all the different dates that you can use for sowing it. I like it, as I say, to grow in late summer, early autumn, so at that time, for planting out sort of, late September, October, early October sort of time, for a harvest then in sort of December through, in this case, through until spring. So yeah, my name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.